Good evening, guys. Make sure I get the year right. Welcome to the 2018-2019 Winter Spring Memorial High School Sports Awards Night. Before we get going with the program, I'd like to bring up first-year coach, Mr. William James, and veteran coach, Mike Navarro, to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Thank you, coaches. Hey guys, before we get started, I'd like to welcome some people from Central Office, our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Clara Brito Guerrero. Assistant Superintendent, former Memorial High School track coach, Mr. Robert Sanchez. Director of Special Services, Ms. Beverly Lazaro. In a couple of weeks, is retiring after 43 years in Western Florida. Director of Human Resources, Mr. Christian Cardenas. Administrative Supervisor of Educational Programs, Mr. George Acosta. Administrative Supervisor of Education Systems and Program Data, Lorenzo Perez. Guys, by the way, if you go on the district website, WNYSD, the whole awards night will be there. It's live streamed right now, and it'll be on there.
YouTube.
Sorry, guys, I don't know social media. Supervisor of Special Education and Commissioner, Yulesi Yanez. The high school staff here, Principal, Mr. Scott Wolrath. Assistant Principal, Mr. Trumbo. Assistant Principal, Mr. Krajewski. Assistant Principal, Mr. Schroeder. Assistant Principal, Mr. Rapparelli. I won't say whether it's a good rap or bad rap. From the town of West New York, the Supervisor of Recreation, Mr. George Gomez. Assemblywoman, Ms. Angelica Jimenez. Assistant Athletic Director, Ms. Mara Burkett. Can I say somebody else? Me? Oh, and of course, the trainer, Mr. Angelo Ramos. Okay, the first speaker I'd like to have up is Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Clara Brito Herrera.
Good evening, boys and girls, well, young adolescents. Buenas noches a todos. Buenas noches. This is great. Every year when I stand here, I get to see you wearing great attires, prepared for this magnificent occasion, when you get to be recognized for all of the efforts that you put together in, some of you, in a 4-year duration. Others a little shorter, but nonetheless, it's something that comes outside of your academics. Therefore, the word endurance is something that I would like to talk to you about, and that is that you, as an athlete, have shown that you have endurance, because not only are you keeping up with your academics, and you're keeping up, some of you, with your jobs, but also making sure that you come to practice and you are the best to display that black and orange shirt with pride. And I'm going to tell you that every year it gives me great honor to stand here and address you shortly. I'm not going to make it a long speech, because I am also a Tiger at heart. I went to Memorial High School. I know what it is to carry that with you throughout your years to come. And if you are here tonight, it's because you have done something excellent. And you have been successful for receiving these awards. And this is where you now begin a new road in a couple of weeks. And make sure you don't forget what you've learned through your teams. And that is, make sure you always do your best. Try and take risks. Don't be afraid to fall. Get up and do it again until you are successful. And that, to me, is the meaning of being a person that has the virtue of endurance. I wish you the best. I know that I will address you again in your graduation. I wish you the best in your future years. You are the best that Memorial has to offer in the athletics department. Congratulations to you one more time, and keep up the good work. I also want to recognize those coaches that have brought you here with their passion, because you have to have passion. And I also would like to recognize the 2 people that lead the department, and that is Mr. Fraccio, and of course, someone that I know for a very long time, because she also went to school right alongside me, Memorial, and that is Myra Burkis. She has kept that torch moving. And if anyone has passion here for Memorial and will push to the end, is Myra. Thank you. I can't forget to thank the Board of Commissioners and our mayor for moving forward programs and being interested in education and supporting our students through recreation programs, etc., etc. George is sitting here, and he's really a passionate person as well, Assemblywoman, and I want to recognize for the first time we have our new commissioner sitting here in the audience who is all about education, and that is Mrs. Jolacy Yanis. At this time, I just saw Trustee Vice President Morel, who walked in, talk about a cheerleader for the sports and approving all those budgets with Trustee Morel. And I can't forget our central office staff, and I want to say that is a farewell to one of our directors, Beverly Lazara, who also was a coach for Harry O'Bain, I just found out. And she did this in the 80s when it was very difficult for women to be in the sports. So I can say she's a pioneer for that leadership movement in the schools. And again, Principal Wara, thank you, because no matter when I called you to be there for the students, or you call me vice versa, we have a great working relationship. And that is what makes this happen tonight. So again, this is about you. Don't forget what you've learned so far. Keep going. Successful.
I'd like to call Ms. Yanes, Commissioner. Thank you.
Good evening. It feels wonderful to be back here behind this podium on this stage, recognizing so many familiar faces. I see them, right? And of so many successful young athletes. So on behalf of our Mayor, David Rodriguez, and our Board of Commissioners, I want to congratulate you for all the success that you've had this year, and to wish you the best for the next coming years and your future endeavors and career. Congratulations.
Next speaker I'd like to have come up is Assemblywoman Jimenez, one of our biggest supporters.
Good evening, everybody. You know, today I had a voting session. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it back on time, but luckily, this is something I try not to miss. I never have a speech ready for this, but I like to come here because I like to see you guys and everything that you've done, and especially your teachers and your coaches. You know, this last election that I had, and I'm speaking about this because they always ask you a question: what is it that motivates you? They ask me as an elected official, what is your platform? And you know, I mean, I had opposition, which I usually have, and I had some opposition that was pretty progressive, you might say. I consider myself a very moderate Democrat, very progressive. I have some progressive views, but New Jersey, I think, is a moderate state because we have all kinds, which is a beautiful thing. But they asked me what my platform is, and my platform, looking back since 2011 when I first got elected, sworn in 2012, my platform has always been education. You know, you guys have had the best education that the state can offer. And not only that, but you've got teachers and you've got coaches that have motivated you, inspired you, and you now are juniors and seniors, many, and are in sports and have done well academically. Continue that. Embrace it. Thank those teachers and thank those coaches, because thanks to them, some of you, maybe your parents pushed you, but some of you, maybe your parents didn't. It's the guys that were next to you, your teachers and your coaches, that encouraged you and told you, move on, you could do this, pushed you. That's what life is about. You know, a friend of mine and one of our great senators, Cory Booker, said one thing, and it always stayed in my head: democracy is not a spectator sport. And that's what it's, and that's a fact, you know? So guys, continue doing what you're doing. Don't forget, this is only the beginning, okay? Thank those coaches, thank those teachers, and inspire to do more and to be more involved, because that's the only way we'll make a difference. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you, coaches, thank you, teachers, for everything that you do for all our kids. And I want to see this bigger next year, because that's what it's about. It's about these extra things. Good night, guys.
Thank you. I'd like to bring up Mr. Worak, principal of the high school. If you work, on my way in every morning, the first office I stop at is to see Mr. Worak, give him an update, what's going on for the day. And usually at the end of the day, there's some way we communicate. Either I call him or text him. And usually the first thing he says is, if you're calling me at 7, it's usually not a good thing. But he's definitely always there to support you guys and to support me and to support the coaches. So thank you, Mr. Worak.
Since you said such nice things about me, he's the only person that hasn't been recognized yet. Mr. Fauth of the AD. Thank you for joining me. Wow. Oh, wait back, huh? Senior sitting here, the next time I'm up here will be in about 3 weeks for your graduation. But a lot of what you do after you graduate, you're going to look back on your athletic careers and how much work you had to put into that. And the teamwork and working with coaches. Some coaches you get along with and other coaches you didn't get along with. Just like when you get a job, there's going to be some employers that you get along with, some employees that you don't get along with. And you will still learn how to work as a team. Luckily here, all my bosses I get along with and are very, very nice to me, so I'm kidding. But actually I'm not kidding, but still. But I do want to congratulate you and all the coaches. I really would like to thank the coaches. Guys, girls, you see how much time that they put in on the field, but you don't see the amount of time that they're also planning in practices and staying after and talking about it and taking away from their family and their personal time. So it's great to see all the coaches and the amount of time they put in. So thank you very much. So just congratulations and enjoy the night. Thank you.
Get a salary? About the salary? All right, guys, I guess the only people I haven't thanked was a group that's very special, and also a group that sometimes gives us headaches, but they give us headaches all because they're battling for you. I have a great group of coaches. They listen to me, even when they don't agree with me, they listen. Even when I have to come down on them or I have to yell at them, which kills me. But we're friends and they're professionals and they really care about what they do and they care about you most of all. So thanks to my coaches. Well, we'll start with the program and bringing up coaches. And the first one is probably my biggest critic, but he's also somebody that I trust, and whenever I need a question answered or I need some advice, he's the one I go to. Disciplinarian, you guys all see him, but you never leave his office without a smile. Mr. Rapparelli.
Thank you. Good evening. I would like to thank Ms. Herrera and Board of Ed for their continued support. Thank you to Mr. Ferraccio and Ms. Burkett for making this possible. Congratulations to all the athletes for a great season and good effort overall. Sometimes it just doesn't turn out the way we like. All right. Here we go. Mr. Worak, where are you? Just happy you answered somebody's phone calls, Mr. Herrera. You should be very happy. He always sends me the voicemail. Crazy. Just happy to know his phone works. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with the boys bowling. Okay? Boys bowling, last year we had 3 boys in the top 10 boys. They obviously graduated, so we had a turnover rate. These young men strived, they did well, they improved on a consistent basis. Okay? We have 3 seniors. We actually had a 4th senior, but he transferred middle of the year. So his name was Brian Cabral. Just want to recognize him. The next young man is going to make it tonight He's working, but his younger brother's here. He bowled for me for 2 seasons. He had a high game of 237, Jason Alvarez. The next young man, he didn't make it 1 season, but he came back, he didn't give up. He's been bowling for 2 years. He's improved tremendously. Always has a smile on his face. Cheers for everybody in the bowling program, and he's a pleasure to have around. Brandon Rojas. And our last senior is also our MVP. 3 years on the bowling team. Another young man who started on JV. He improved greatly. His first year, I didn't believe his average was like a 90. I just said, come on, buddy, you gotta keep the ball on the lane. And he actually, this past season, his high game was a 218. He'll be taking his talents to Montclair University. Very nice young man, Angel Valence. All right, I'm gonna take it over for Coach Calderera for girls bowling. Unfortunately, Coach Calderera is under the weather, can't make it tonight, and neither can his bowling team. The one young lady had an emergency. She had to fly out to California. Just want to recognize her, a first-year bowler, Kayla Espinoza. Another young lady had to work. Sometimes that's more important. He has to make money. Bowled for the program 3 years, improved tremendously, helped the team to a top 5 finish, Diana Garcia. And the girls bowling MVP, unfortunately, just had to get emergency surgery, so she's not able to make it. She's only a junior, so Coach will have her back. She finished in the top 5 bowlers in the Hudson County tournament. Very good, Nicole Vargas. Thank you, and enjoy the night.
Next up, we have my former assistant coach, boys and girls swimming, Mrs. Howard.
Good evening, Mr. President, trustee from the Board of Education, Ms. Herrera in central office, and Mr. Walrab and staff, as well as Mr. Veraccio, Ms. Burkis, and the rest of the athletic department. Good evening. It's an honor to be able to speak to you all here tonight. First, I'd like to say thank you to my assistant coach, Joseph Aponte. He has helped our team be more organized and focused on their goals. Thank you for being truly an amazing coach and friend. I would also like to thank Billy James as a volunteer coach. He has stepped up and fixed every one of our calf issues, foot issues, and any other sore muscles that we've had. I would also like to thank Angela and the athletic administration for helping me make this season very successful. Swimming is full of life lessons. It can teach you about failure, joy, disappointment, excitement, winning, and losing. about maturity, teamwork, humility, and selflessness. I have watched these seniors learn all of this in their 4 years swimming with me. My girls team moved up from 6th place last year to 5th place this year, out of 13 teams. As a coach, the best thing you can hear about your team is other coaches coming up to you and telling you how well respected your team is and how much they've improved through the years. This year I've had some great seniors, and I'm really happy to see succeed, but I'm so sad to see go. This first swimmer started as a senior. She's not here tonight. I'm gonna miss her bubbly personality, Angelica Perez. This next senior is one of my captains. She has done every event in high school swimming in her 4 years. Although she is a great butterflyer, this year she swam IM when I needed her and was someone to swim an event and was right there to say, "Put me in, coach." She is a very hard worker, a true leader inside and out, and I will miss you, Brenda Morangel. My last senior girl is someone who's been my right-hand woman for the past 4 years. When she first started, she barely knew how to swim. She is one of the hardest workers I've ever seen in my years here at Memorial High School. She not only pushed herself to swim butterfly, but also ended up being an IMer and top 12 in the county in the fly. She showed her teammates and I what hard work and dedication should look like. My senior, Shirley Eshkaki. This year, my MVP goes to my 2 senior girls who may not have the best times, but have showed dedication and worked hard to be where they are today, Brenda and Shirley. This year, my boys team is losing 8 seniors. These seniors not only help themselves, but push the underclassmen to better themselves in swimming. My boys team has true dedication. During the season, as well as during the off-season, many of these boys got together and trained on their own at the Union City pool. Any coach would love that they want to get better, and they worked hard at improving their strokes and their stamina. My first senior only swam 1 year. Trust me, when you see the size of him, you're going to wish he swam 4 years. He has improved so much through his 1 season, and his smile and hard work will be missed. Kevin Paju. My next senior is a senior that in his 3 years as a Tiger swimmer has shown great improvement. He has worked hard at becoming better in any event that he swims. His personality and cannonballs are going to be missed on our pool deck next season. Gerardo Gonzalez. My next senior was taught that hard work pays off. He's another senior who swam for 3 years. His first year swimming, he had a tough time getting good at the sport. This year he stepped up and got his time down to a 28. When he began, he was a 45. That is one great improvement, and although I will miss yelling at you, I will still miss you tons. Darren Alvarado. My next senior, who also swam 3 years, has become a very strong backstroker. This swimmer was one swimmer that if we needed a spot filled would jump in and say, "I'll swim." He was always there to back up his team, and he will be missed. Chris Reyes. My next swimmer is also a third-year swimmer. He has improved so much from last season to this season. When he first started, he barely knew how to swim. This year, he was one of the fastest butterflyers on our team. This swimmer worked hard not only during my season, but on his off season to get better. He is one of the hardest workers I've seen on the pool deck here at Memorial, Cesar Lozama. My next senior is one athlete you should never judge by their size. Being on my team for 4 years, and although he is vertically challenged, he is one of the strongest athletes I've had the privilege of coaching. Being one of the top breaststrokers on my team, he is also one to help out his team if needed to swim another event. He is a true leader and will definitely be missed. My senior and captain, Christopher Montalvo. My next 4-year senior was super quiet when he started 4 years ago. Now he's become one of the strongest sprinters on my team. Finally breaking the minute this year in the 100 for freestyle was a huge accomplishment. He's a true swimmer who also, as a freshman, barely knew how to swim. I am so sad to see you go, Captain Zach Jarabova. My last senior is someone who in 4 years not only made himself better, but also helped his team become better. He was one that pushed the boys during off-season to train and would recruit students and teach them how to swim. He has been a true leader and a strong back and butterflyer for our team. His 50 freestyle ended in a 25, which is one of the fastest in school history. I will miss your leadership, Captain Isaac Gutierrez. My MVP for my boys team go to 2 boys who have improved through the season and showed me that hard work pays off. My MVPs go to Cesar and Zach. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thanks, Coach. Next up, girls basketball. Definitely dress very well.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All right, congratulations to all of our student athletes that are out here today. I know what it's like, obviously, being a student athlete when I went to Memorial High School. So I know it's tough, so all the work that you guys put into, it's all going to be worth it at the end of the day. Special thanks to Central Office. Thank you guys for everything, making everything possible for us. Our administration, Fraccio and Ms. Burkus, thank you guys so much for all of your support, making sure our buses are always on time, and the support at being all of our games. Especially thanks to Frank too. Frank really stepped it up for us this year, getting our buses on time. I want to give a special thanks to Coach Ocho Grosso and without my assistance, I wouldn't be where I am today. These guys really do a lot for me. I enjoy coaching with them, and they do a fabulous job. On to the players now. For our season, we did a much better job this year compared to our last year. We improved. We finally hit double-digit wins. We beat North Bergen twice this year. Something that hasn't been done in about 7 years or so, so it's really special for us.
We competed day in and day out. The girls fought, every day in practice, and I'm very proud of them. I'm going to start off with a girl who did not play for us, but probably should have. She did play a big role as our scorekeeper, team manager. Without her, obviously nothing's possible. I was in her ear every game on the sideline. Gave her a hard time, but she did everything she had to do to help the team. She did play a couple years ago, but unfortunately she had a knee injury, and so she decided just to be a part of the program and become our team manager. And that's Priscilla Asensio. All right, next girl who's not here, she's actually a junior, but she's a senior in athletics. She's a senior in athletics, Brittany Castillo. All right. The girl came with a lot of energy. If you know Brittany Castillo, she'd run through a wall for you. She really would do anything. She'll give up her body. She'll sacrifice everything she's got to help the team win. Next up, another girl who couldn't make it today, but she's at a state dinner. She's a 3-sport athlete, but I still have to, definitely mention her because freshman year, she came in. I didn't think she was a basketball player at all. She came in. She took maybe 10 backward shots in games. Okay, if you know about basketball, we don't take backward shots. She would hit the wires on the basketball. She would miss the whole backboard. But we said, okay, I think she can help us win with her athleticism. She had a decent freshman year. She didn't return sophomore year. Maybe she lost some confidence. But she did come back junior year. Believe it or not, she really improved her game. If you know this girl, she's one of the best athletes in the school. We knew she would help us, succeed. So junior year she improved. She played JV. Senior year she came and she was a starter. She's actually going to be playing soccer, unfortunately, but she's still going to be playing soccer at the next level. She's going to NJCU, and that's Arame Diu. Okay, next senior. I never understood why coaches couldn't go to DR for 8 games. They miss 8 games, but players can. But anyway, this girl has come a long way. All right, so another girl who started freshman year, she came in with some confidence. We had our Christmas tournament, started some trouble on the court, wanted to fight other girls, and it was just, did we keep her or not? So she got suspended. She was very immature. We didn't think, where she would make it. But boy, this girl came a long way. She probably had the best left hand on our team over the course of the years. She felt more comfortable. She became one of our vocal leaders. And one thing I'll never forget is when we played St. Dom's this year, we were up 1. I don't know how much time was left, maybe 20-something seconds left. We could have just held the ball and won the game. She decides to take a long 3-point shot from the corner. If you know how she shoots, that thing was up in the air for about 2 minutes. I almost exploded. I looked at my assistant coaches and I wanted to just, and that thing went in. And she was lucky it went in. But I guess that's something she really wanted to do, and she ended that game. I mean, it was really amazing to see it. I'll definitely miss her. She said she could make 10 free throws in a row, but I think it's impossible. But she will be attending Rider University, and that's Leslie Rodriguez. All right, 2 more seniors, guys. Try to make it quick. Next senior, she started playing basketball about 2-3 years ago. A lot of people doubted her. Big girl, big solid girl. She worked hard day in and day out. She probably didn't even think that she would be able to, you know, give us good minutes at the varsity level. I'd never seen somebody who gets excited. You know, she could have 0 points and she's gonna be excited. Everybody's all about scoring. All right, this girl can have 10 rebounds and 8 blocks, and that's all she wants. As long as she has 8 blocks, she's gonna be happy. And she just does what it takes. She does what it takes to help the team win. She plays her role. I guess a memory I'd never forget is in practice when she's running full speed, 80 miles an hour, and just stop and hit the ground. But the main important thing about this girl is that she excels academically. She got a full ride to Felician University. And she just kept telling me, you know, Coach, I want to continue playing ball. I want to play ball. I want to play basketball somehow. So we got in contact with the coach. We got Olivia out there, and she did some workouts with the coach. I told her, you know, give her a look. You can't say no to a 5'11" girl. She did what she had to do over there. The coach accepted her, and she'll be playing basketball for Felician University next year. So we're doing well. Okay, last senior. This quiet, yet not so quiet girl, started off freshman year also. Walked into my gym, not my gym. Walked into the gym, tryouts, our first practice. I'm like, wow, it's a big solid girl. We usually don't have that here in our basketball program. But I was excited to see this girl walk into the gym and say, you know, I want to play basketball. So we started doing some drills, did some running, then they were off to a water break. So we started the tryouts with 7 girls, and we ended it with 6. And you know, I see the 6 girls come back, and I'm like, man, where did this girl go? Just left my practice, and it was, you know, it's kind of a depressing moment for me. So I sent the girls back out to go look for her. Around the water fountain, bathroom. I guess she was nowhere to be found. So I was worried. I was worried that night. Next day, and you know how kids are nowadays, she just comes into the gym like nothing happened. Right? You just come in. So I have to approach her and I say, you know, what happened yesterday? She said, nothing, coach, I'm good. I said, okay. Like, that's all you're gonna get from her. That's, you know, freshman year, that's how she was. Again, quiet, but again, she's not so quiet. She's loosened up a little bit. It was just tough to figure out her emotions. Like she's her personality, she developed. She's just a great, she's a great teammate to all the girls. She just became a huge part of our program. Obviously standing tall at 5'11", I'll give her 6. And if you guys know about basketball, right, a reverse pivot, okay, jab, dribble, lefty hook, okay, that's like hitting a home run or scoring a touchdown, right? She's done that. Right? There's not much, it's just seeing these things that she's developed over the course of the years that make me, you know, it puts a smile on my face. And you can ask my assistant coaches, I just smile when she does that move because she's come a long way, and you know, I'm very proud of her. You know, I worked hard to make her, you know, tougher and tougher and tougher. She took it, she accepted it. She'll be continuing to play college ball at Rowan College at Burlington County. And she is also our team MVP, and that's Armani.
Coach Ryan, new record holder, right? Coach Mardo, you are now no longer the record holder for the longest speech. Coach Abdul Mansur is now the record holder. Thanks, Coach. All right. When he came up with 4 paragraphs, I was like, oh man, what are we gonna do? Now we have, if you thought that speech was long, you should hear some of the conversations I have with this next coach. Whether they're at 11:30 at night after a tough loss or a big win, or in my office when he's crying about something. Affectionately called my son, Coach Leon.
All right, I'm gonna cut my speech short because it was saying, thank you. All right, just want to first start off by congratulating all the student athletes here. Obviously, this is your night. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Some of you finishing your career here after 4 great years. I'm wishing you best of luck, whatever your journey takes you. All right, just want to thank some people before we continue with the night. We'd like to thank Central Office, the Board of Trustees, the high school administration always supporting us, the athletic department, Ms. Burkis and Mr. Ferraccio. I don't call him dad, so don't believe that. Ms. Angelica Jimenez, who stepped out, but huge supporter of the basketball program. Angelo Ramos takes care of our players, taking care of all of us. We're not playing the future players without our little guys, so thank you, Angelo. Frank Mendez, guy does more with little than anyone in the district. He makes sure we get on the bus, he makes sure we get it on time. He works hard to make sure we get on our games on time. So thank you, Frank. Tony Delgado and the custodians, a huge part of the high school. And last but not least, my coaches. I know Coach Kiki was waiting to see if I remember him this year. He reminds me every year. Coach Schroback and Coach Randall and Coach Maripin. Thanks, Daniel. All right, on to the basketball team now. All right, we've come a long way from when we first got this job, when I got the job. And our seniors now, they were freshmen our second year, my second year. And that year we had 4 wins. And the last 2 years we had winning records. Played great against Union City, won the county championship section. I don't know how, but we had beaten them at home. Came up short in the state sectional game in overtime. Game still bothers, but I always knew what potential was there, and sometimes I could get a little agitated and they think I'm a little hard on them, but you know, you always want someone to push you to your level of expectation. All right, if you don't have people pushing you to get where you can be, then you're never going to reach your full potential. So hopefully, you guys don't take it personal. I was always just trying to push you to go forward and be the best team that you can be. Alrighty. We're going to the seniors now. First senior, guy transferred over from the Bronx, right? Bronx? Bronx? I don't have many people from the Bronx, so it was you. Kid never said a word, never talked. Every time I would ask him in the game, Isaiah, did you get that? I got a thumbs up. And I don't know if that was good or not, but I got one of those. But just recently, just with the year ending and everything, I've had some of my best conversations with a player, and it was with him. A guy who never said a word to me in practice, always stayed quiet, but I had some really deep conversations with him recently, and he's a fine individual, I think like a 3.5 GPA, right? Something like that. He's gonna go on to NJCU, not paying anything out of pocket, Isaiah Rodriguez. All right, so for my next 2 seniors, it's only fitting that I put them together because they've been attached to hip since they came in together as freshmen. Again, these are the first 2 freshmen who came in. We only had 4 wins, so it kind of started by default because we were pretty terrible. But they've been riding with us since their freshman year. Both of them were 4-year starters. They played AAU basketball together. We were trying to see if they were going to continue playing college basketball together, but they chose their own separate paths, and that's good. I just wanted them to make their own decision as young men. They've really been a key piece to where the program is today, because without them, you might still be at 3 and 4 wins. So hopefully now, you underclassmen, you see what these guys do, take it, learn from it, build on it, and just keep the program going the same direction. So without further ado, next 2 seniors, Jay Cepeda, who's going to William Patterson to continue playing basketball, and Hassan Walhat, who's going to Rutgers Junior. Oh yeah, and they're both our co-team MVPs, Hassan and Jay. Thank you everybody, and congratulations.
While Coach Jones taking pictures. Next up, we have boys tennis, and I'd just like to quickly thank Dan, Coach Ochogrosso, for helping me out this year, because I don't know how, somehow tennis fell into my lap to run it for the county, and I really didn't have any clue about tennis. But Coach Ochogrosso stepped up, helped me tremendously, and actually helped us run county tournaments for Hudson County. Without him, it would have never happened.
So, I'm beginning to feel like you think that whenever Coach O gets up, whether his team's good or not, he's just going to talk like amazing about them. But what I'm about to say about this team, they really were that good. Okay? In 2012. I had a girls tennis team that really just took things to the next level, and ever since the girls tennis team has been top 4 in the county every year you can count on. That was this year's boys team. Like the boys tennis program was doing okay. It wasn't bad. We'd have good wins, but this team took it to the next level. From latest freshmen to seniors, just across the board, this team did an absolutely unbelievable job. Okay, this team beat North Bergen, this team beat Union City, which in tennis is a big deal. This team went to the 2nd round of the state tournament, which in tennis is a big deal. This team did some amazing, amazing things. So give this team a round of applause. Thank you, board. Thank you, athletic office. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you to everybody who allows me to do what I do. It truly is a dream to do this. And thank you to my manager, Dana Aguilar. If we could give her a round of applause. For the first time, I had a manager just do all the paperwork that I didn't want to do, and Dana, you changed my life. You literally changed my life. So Dana, thank you so much. To honor our seniors today. Oh, by the way, this team is the youngest team I have ever coached. Okay, we only have 3 seniors here. Okay, we're only missing 2 starting players for next year, and so everything they accomplished, it was as the youngest team I've ever coached. So again, great job. First senior, I will call up. Wasn't able to play a lot this year, had other commitments, is involved in a lot of different things, but he did give our program 4 important years, and I do want to thank you for those 4 important years. You've been a great teammate to these guys, no matter who I put you with in doubles. You're good, and I love your attitude, I love how you are with the other guys, and you do have a killer forehand that we are going to miss. So Jonathan Ventura, come on up. And next senior, how many of you work? How many of you work and play? You have work, you go, you make money, okay? So one thing I really appreciate about this senior is that he communicated with me. Guys, it's so important that you just communicate, right? There's a lot of things that coaches can forgive, parents can forgive, teachers can forgive if you communicate in advance, right? And so Andres came up to me last season, before this season, Coach, I gotta work. I have a job, I love it, but I need the money, I gotta work. Can I keep playing tennis? I said, of course. And because of that, Andres filled 2 big spots for us the last 2 years. So Andres, thank you for communicating. Thank you for working hard at work and in tennis. Come on up, Andres Rivas. Our next senior, okay? Boys baseball players. What is the baseball team on? The harder you hit the ball, the better, right? In general, baseball. Well, in tennis, it's not always like that. The harder you hit the ball, it's, might not be in, okay? And so this player had to learn how to gain control before he would smash the ball. And Justin, you really did learn that, not just in tennis, over your emotions, over your mindset. You learned how to control yourself. Because of that, you became an amazing player who filled some really big shoes for us this year. Justin was hoping for a spot 1 up from the one he got. And I've seen a lot of seniors in this situation say, oh, I don't know the spot I want, sorry. And instead, Justin said, look, I'm going to do the best job I can. Because of that, he had an amazing season in first doubles. Justin, really, thank you. Justin, come on up. And last person I will bring up, okay, this will be our team MVP. Sorry, Sebastian. Sorry, that's an inside joke. Sorry, Sebastian. Because I'm one coach, coaching basically 3 teams, like a beginner team, a JV team, and a varsity team, I have to always work with the new players. If I don't work with the new players, there's no future. So after players get to a certain point, I have to kind of say, look, I can work with you a little bit, but I really can't take you to that next level. Well, this player went out of his way over the summer to seek out players, to seek out coaches that could take him to that next level. And this player went from being a doubles player, I can't remember if it was first or second, right? But to being our first singles player and really playing amazing in the county. William, you're an amazing tennis player. He's an amazing part of our team. You bring the team together. You do pick on Sebastian, all right? Gotta work on that. But anyway, William Henriquez, our MVP. Thank you so much.
Want to take a picture, boys volleyball, Coach Weinberger.
I just want to start out by thanking the Board of Education for your support. I want to thank John and Myra for all the scheduling and the referee signing, and volleyball is not an easy sport to coordinate all of that, so thank you so much. I also want to give a big thanks to Angelo. Angelo, thank you so much. You kept my athletes healthy and ready to compete, and that's all a coach wants and needs, so thank you so much. I want to thank my assistant, Michael Kushner. He is my right-hand man. He's so supportive and knowledgeable of the sport. He's always willing to help out and give his time to help our team get better, so thank you so much. I also had a student assistant, Magic Mike. Thank you so much for the support that you gave us. Every home game you were there, you told me if you weren't going to be there, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Season recap this year, the league reorganized our teams into 2 divisions. It wasn't an easy task for us. We were put in a high division. But we survived, okay? We had many challenges as we played every top team every time we met, which was quite often. But we got better. We got better as individuals and as a team. I found this quote when I was searching. I was looking for quotes that really talked about challenge. And it says, challenge is good for the ultimate measure of a man. It's not where he stands in moments of comfort or convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So that really goes for us this season. We stood tall every single time we got on the court and we played hard. So good job. So that's a little bit why I am comparing my volleyball team to my favorite Marvel superheroes. Yeah, superheroes, I said it. Superheroes. We define them of having extraordinary abilities, courageous, strong moral codes, tolerant to pain, a great sense of responsibility. They have a fighting spirit, mental stability, patience, selflessness, and caring. And these are all the qualities of every person on my team. So I'm really proud of you guys. So specifically, I have identified a superhero for each one of my seniors. Okay. My first senior is a 2-year player. He has enhanced agility, super strength. With his enhanced reaction time to danger, he uses his spidey sense, and it allows him to detect volleyballs hit by opponents and easily dig them to target. That is Kevin Perla. I mentioned I'm an elementary school teacher. My next senior is Ken Turn Green. He has a 100% chance of destroying anything that comes his way. You don't want to make this player angry, or you have to deal with the Hulk. He is the most passionate player I've had on my team in a while, and he's truly dedicated to the sport. And I hope he enjoys his college career at Keene, and it's Jack Arias. Okay, my next senior played 2 years for me. He got 144 kills, 62 blocks, and is nominated for All-League. And he is one of my MVPs. I have 2. And I'm going to describe the characters. Maybe you guys can guess the superhero. So he has a moral center, leadership qualities to bring the team together. He shows pride in his school and in his team. He shines amongst others from a crowd. He protects his team as a middle blocker from dangerous opponent attacks. And he adapts to strengths and weaknesses around him to score a point. It is my senior and MVP, Ivan Alberti. Oh, and he's Iron Man. Okay, and my last senior is a 4-year player. 4 years, guys. 4 years he's been part of my team. It's really sad to see him move on, but I know he'll do great things because he's just a really great person. He's smart, enthusiastic, and he's just dedicated, and that's what you need when you move on from high school. Dedication, okay, loyalty. So, this 4-year player MVP and captain is a loyal and true leader. True leaders always put others first. just like Captain America. Not only did Captain have super strength, fight the hardest, durability, armor, but he just has a wide range of powers and abilities that surprise so many others. So please come up, Carlos Alfonso. Thank you very much.
The next group is probably one of the toughest teams. A, because they can survive all the conditions up in Braddock Park, which during the spring was about as cold as it can possibly be. And because they can handle Coach Pardo's post-game speeches. It seemed to go on forever. Girls softball and Coach George Pardo.
I guess we can start the clock on our speech. Good evening, everyone. I want to start by congratulating, special thanks to everyone who makes our athletic component possible every year. Our Board of Education, our high school administration, our athletic office, Ms. Burgess. Special thanks to my staff, Coach who's kind of my right-hand man. 2 years together already, coaching basketball and softball back to back. So we talk all the time. We build a strong relationship. My new coach, Coach James, who did an amazing job with my younger girls at the JV level. Thank you, appreciate that. Put a lot of effort into it. Angelo, of course, you have to recognize him. He dealt with all the injuries. Make sure everybody got back on time to finish the season strong. Congratulations to all the student athletes and coaches on your success this year. Just a little quote to the seniors, or more to everybody before I start calling you one by one. The reputation you build will only last a short time, but the character you have developed will last for eternity. You all have been a great asset to this program the last 4 years, and I wish you the best in your future careers. First person up. Her sacrifice helped us out in more ways than she can imagine. Her unselfishness serves as a reminder to all that sports are more than just a game. It's a way of life because it teaches us how to use many useful tools. I have no doubt the game will reward her in ways she never thought were possible because of the work ethic, consistency, and poise she left on the field every time for her team and coaches. Thank you, Anna Segan. Next up, she couldn't make it today, she's probably working. Which is kind of like one of the sacrifices she made this year. I still have to give her recognition. She was a big part of us this year. Someone that kept improving every year, never gave up on playing softball when others in her situation would have. She also made sacrifices, like I said, in changing her work schedule to prioritize school and sports. From being satisfied with just being part of the team to earning a starting position her senior year. She had an amazing transformation and it was amazing to watch. She realized how good things could go her way, but just giving a little more effort each time. Her confidence and willingness to try harder and show some of the great qualities she acquired and will carry those on to have a bright future. Tiffany Goldis. Next up, her charisma, strong character, mental toughness, natural ability to adapt, and confidence. I could go on with all the great qualities I've seen her acquire in the last 4 years. She took up the leadership role with pride early on and never looked back. Her personality made everyone better and got us through rough times. She persevered with ease and lifted our spirits, even though her season was cut short because of physical injury. She continued to serve a purpose as a leader and made everyone realize that there is always a way to help others. She made sure we wouldn't forget her. Thank you, Shalexi Rodriguez. Next up, her decision making was not her best quality, but it will become her best. Overcoming obstacles such as being a role model for her sister, keeping up with grades, work, and sports, or to satisfy her loved ones throughout her high school was not easy for her. I can say now that she understood when I would say find a way. Through all the ups and downs from being one of my star players to somehow always getting sick during the sophomore season, to losing her starting job and earning it back, she found a way to persevere and not being satisfied and demanding better from herself and others. She had a rough start to her senior year and was not being consistent. Mid-season, she told me she still wanted to be here, she wanted to play more, and didn't want her career to end this way. My response was, actions speak louder than words. The accumulation of the little things will impact in big ways. Don't tell me, show me you want to be here. The next couple of days doing warm-ups, she was diving all over the place, coaching other players, cheating on her teammates, running with the outfit when she didn't need to, or in the cage between innings, demanding more repetition before, during, and after games, being unselfish, doing the little things. She earned her spot back, but most of us, she learned more lessons in her career than anyone, in ways that it would impact her in her future in many positive ways. She will continue her athletic career by playing volleyball for Rutgers Newark. Stories like this motivate us to coaching our players for a better future. Thank you. Andy Santos. I just got to put one more girl up. She's not a senior, which is a good thing. She's my MVP. She's the team's MVP this year. She's an Old County girl. She was top 2 in all major offensive categories. She led the team in average hits, RBIs, home runs, triples, and runs scored. Most impressively was how quickly she adapted to a new program. It was her first year playing for me. Her presence every day was a huge impact on the team. After 3 position changes, she finally stood out defensively at shortstop, making a statement that she wanted that position by making tough plays look easy all season. Best part is that we get to see her do it again next year. The show is on. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Last up, Mr. Krajewski will definitely identify with this. This spring, I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time in the baseball dugout. And it gave me a chance to reconnect with sports. And Mr. Sanchez, again, you know, we don't get an opportunity to actually coach, although keeping the book, I thought I did a pretty good job of it. It was an opportunity to get back to what I enjoy doing. So thanks, baseball team, for allowing me to be in the dugout with you. And a couple of you, I know there's a couple, I'm very hard on the couple baseball players because I think they have a bright future. So without further ado, Coach Myra Quinn in varsity baseball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. first thing I'd like to say is congrats to all the student athletes that are here today, especially those seniors that have given their hard work and dedication to succeed in Memorial High School. Thank you very much. First, I'd like to say thank you to the central office, Ms. Herrera, Mr. Sanchez, Mrs. Clara, Ms. Lara, Mr. Cardenas, Mr. Morel, for being here and for all your support. For all the administrators that are here as well, Mr. Warren, Mr. Krajewski, Mr. Diacombo, Mr. Rapparelli, thank you. Thank you so much. And for our new commissioner, Ms. Denise, thank you very much for being here as well. This year's season was challenging. We had a lot of people that helped us during our challenges to overcome them. It was tough for me because I wasn't able to be there, but I would like to thank my assistant coaches, Andy Luna for doing a great job, John Rivera for doing a great job. I would also like to thank Coach Leon, he's not part of our baseball staff, but he's a big part for us because he was able to help us out in difficult times. Coach Bear, who was not here as well. I would like to thank Ms. Perkins, Mr. Ferraccio for all the support during these tough times. So thank you very much. Our season didn't go the way we planned, but I'm very proud of the players that were able to finish the season. They worked hard, they played hard, they never gave up. They competed all the time, okay? They showed our younger class that things sometimes aren't easy to overcome, but if you keep on doing it together as a family, things will work out at the end. I have 5 seniors, but 4 seniors were not able to make it today, so I would like to acknowledge them by saying their names. Justin Espinal, Adrian Delone, Chris Morales, and Eduardo Barrios. Now, the only senior that's here, I would like to talk about him. He's a 2-year player for me. I wish I would have had him for 4 years. He came from Union City. I wish, like I said, I wish I would have had more time with him. He's a great kid, okay, with great character. He's my team captain. He was my bridge, my communication to the team. He didn't do as well as he wanted this year on the mound, but he did play a great shortstop and hit the ball for us. And that's Jeremiah Deontay. I have two MVPs, so I have 4 MVPs. I would like to call up one boy. He's a sophomore. His future is amazing. I expect big things from him the next 2 years. He's an all-county player. He did spectacular. He batted .567 this year. He improved his batting average from last year to 150 points. He's a quiet kid. Everybody has nice things to say about him. It's Ernesto Polanco. Jeremiah and Ernesto are both my co-MVPs. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening. Don't get those cookies.
Okay, guys, that concludes our night. Seniors, it's the beginning of a couple weeks of celebrating the final couple weeks in high school. Just one thing: be safe. Don't do anything stupid, and enjoy it, but enjoy it responsibly. Okay, thank you everybody for coming. Line up, we'll give you cookies. Coach Leon's back there making sure nobody does anything.